Back by popular demand, we have an epic unboxing, figure review, and fun. Good morning, my wrestling heroes. We got a lot to open up today. We got a big dog, we got a demon, we got some Woken ones. We picked these up from Ringside using discount code HERO. I want to take a look at Akira Tozawa first. After all, he is the one that's first time in the line, right? If you're not familiar with this guy, he's from 205 Live. I love this guy. He's got one of the best finishers in WWE right now. It's nuts. So what he does, right? He goes to the top turnbuckle and completely puts his entire life on the line, not knowing what the outcome will be. Now, this is from Series 86, the figures that you're seeing on the back. Yeah, we're going to get all these opened up right now. We got Charlotte, Dolph Ziggler, the Big Dog, we have The Rock. Let's get Akira Tozawa first. You know, it's kind of funny to think about this because if you really think about it, he's actually one of few that has held a 205 Live title, and yeah, he's still on the roster, man. I'm telling you, that 205 Live belt got some bad mojo. I mean, if you think about it, where you got Neville, he's gone. We got, the list will go on and on, but we're here to look at Mr. Akira Tozawa. Scan right there, it is spot on. I'm kind of hoping that for the next one, they give him like an open mouth. What's that thing that he does? He's like, you got to get that right expression for it. But regardless, I definitely see Akira Tozawa. The attire too. They actually put a lot of detail into the attire. On this side right here, we got Akira, and on this side, we got Tozawa. We got a lot of great line work going through the sides. Got the belt right there. The kick pads, these are probably the highlight, and I mean literally the highlight from the figure. Look at that, down at the bottom, got a nice highlighter yellow. Love this figure. The armbands, I actually like that they actually went out of their way to do this, because I know in the past when they've done armbands, they've just kind of like stopped midway through. This is actually exactly the exact same way that he has it. Love this figure. I think this is probably the figure from the set. Now, I don't know how well these figures are going to stand, because we literally have a Picasso going on here. Seriously. I mean, they're all stacked on top of each other. And I don't know if you call this art. I definitely would. Next up, we got Dolph Ziggler. What's going on, dude? I think the way that they printed up, is it just me, or are you guys picking up some kind of like, how the eyes are, man? I don't know. They're looking pretty mystique to me. This is, I think he wore this at Backlash 2017. Yes, he did. He wore this at Backlash. Now, we are getting some new things from this Dolph Ziggler. Apart from the attire, we are getting a completely new sculpt on this. This actually has the ponytail look, and come to think of it, I don't think we've gotten a ponytail look Dolph Ziggler. I mean, in all the years that we've had Dolph Zigglers, and he does rock, yeah, he definitely rocks the ponytail quite a bit. Gotta say, I'm a fan of this one. This is cool. This is, actually, they did a pretty good job how they actually did all the line work right there. The scan right here, the side smirk that he's giving you, it does look familiar from what I've seen in the past, but it's mainly that ponytail, man. I'm definitely going to do a conversion. I'm going to put this onto the Elite just to see what it looks like. For the attire, we are getting the patriotic look. We're getting the American flag on this side, and really, yeah, well, no, take that back. On this side, there's actually still a lot going on. I was going to say really not all that much, but yes, we got his Dolph Ziggler logo scattered throughout. We got some kind of star going on right there on the side. The down right here by the left calf, it looks like the flag does continue. So it looks like the flag was separated, man, like halfway through production of the attire. Not the figure. This is actually how he wore it. But I think when they were making the attire, they're like, let's put a little bit of some patriotic look down here by the calves. The kick pads, I like how they actually did the line work right there. Really awesome figure, gotta say. These two, well, actually, I want to take a look at Charlotte first, because when we did see images of her at the Toy Fair, she actually looked pretty good. Charlotte right there. Again, another new scan, a completely new head scan on her. And I know a lot of people, when we did the unboxing on this, a lot of people were saying that they weren't fans of the head scan. So let's get it out and let's take a closer look at her. I think what it mainly is, it's how they sculpted the hair. Just something about how the hair is like, you know, coming out through the sides. I actually like it. Seeing this in person, I think I don't know. The one thing that is standing out, and I definitely have to point out, is how they printed on the eyebrows. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what you guys were seeing, how it kind of looks kind of wacky. I think if I were to, I think what I might go in there and do a repaint right there on the right eyebrow. But the face, I definitely see Charlotte for sure. The attire right here, we getting like a blue/black attire. We got her tattoo right there on the side. What does that even say? Let me see if I can read it. It says, determined to something of your life. I don't know. Drop it in the comment section if you guys know. I can't read that small, man. But I think the attire, gotta say, they did a great job with the attire. Actually, right here, right underneath her right rib cage, you can see the rest of her tattoo continuing through the bottom. So that's cool, man. I like how they did that. The hair too, I like all the flares and designs. You know, I don't know. I think that's mainly what it is. I mean, I do like it. I think once I actually fix up that eyebrow, we'll definitely get. And I guess what I'm mainly seeing too is that it sits a little bit low. But again, we'll put this on the Elite just to see what it looks like. Maybe it is the peg inside. I could be wrong, but we'll find out soon enough when we do the fix up video on these figures. Will she stand? That's my biggest problem with most women's figures. I can't get them to stand. I have to kind of have them like slightly bend over. Actually, yeah. There you go. Next up, we have Roman Reigns. We have his red attire. This is like a combination of the two previous basics. So if you remember, for the battle pack, the one that came with Brock Lesnar, this is the head scan that they gave us, which is the same one from Elite Series 56. And the attire, it is very similar to the previous basic, except instead of the logo right there of Roman doing the Superman punch, it just has a signature Roman Reigns logo. This is still my favorite scan, hands down, to date. On the back right here, again, I want to just go over this with you guys real quick for those that are new to the channel. The back right here, these don't come undone like the Elites do. They just basically molded it onto the actual plastic itself. Can't say I'm a fan of that. I mean, yes, when you're posing it and you're doing, like the spear or the Superman punch, you don't got to worry about that stuff coming undone. But when it comes to like wanting to put that onto your Elite, that's going to be a struggle. Now, the People's Champ, The Rock, we have the most electrifying man in sports entertainment history. The scan right here, actually, come to think of it, I think this is a new scan. If it's not, someone drop it in the comment section. But when I was looking at my Elite the other day, he had more of a serious look. This is more of a happy Rock. This is kind of like the look that he gives you, where he's like, bro, I'm going to show up once, maybe twice a year, and collect just as much as the rest of the roster. Mr. Hollywood, right? On the shirt right there, we are getting the painted on shirt. The thing about this Rock, though, is that they didn't paint on the skin tone. This is a molded on shirt. For the center right there, again, another patriotic figure. We're getting a lot of red, white, and blue figures, not just in the basics, but also in the Elites. We got his tattoo right there. We got his the old tattoo that he no longer has right there of The Rock. So maybe the next figure, I think, come the next figure, because if you guys don't know, The Rock, he did do a tattoo over this one, over the signature Brahma Bull. So I don't know, that's kind of sad, man, because that's kind of what I remember The Rock by. On the tights right there, it says The Rock, and it's got the bull, right? So maybe now that he doesn't have the actual tattoo, maybe he'll still come out. I hope we get one more match on The Rock. That's kind of what I'm hoping that ends up happening. Now, Finn Balor, this right here, this is cool. I'm so glad that this was the attire that we got for Balor for the retros. This is when he won the Universal title. This figure, you are getting some extras with it. You're getting that stand, the display stand with his teeth. Yes, those are kind of like the teeth that he likes to paint on his actual skin right there. And you also get this scan to unlock the superstars. So if you scan that with your phone, you can unlock the figure, or not the figure, but you got to go on there. You just got to scan with your phone. You got to go on the App Store and go to Google Play. Now, the other figures in the set that we're going to look at here, we're going to look at the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. It looks like, by the looks of it, it looks like he's kind of like spring-loaded. So you pull him down and he comes back up. Let's get him out. I want to see that spring action, that spring-loaded action. See if we can knock on all of Elite or Basic Series 86. Before we do, though, let's take a look at the stand. That's cool that they give this little extra. This is just kind of something that you could display him with. He does have pegs at the bottom right there. So if you actually do put him on there, he'll actually stay on there pretty good. So you don't have to worry about him falling over your display stand. This is awesome. Like this Balor. You guys know how I feel about my Balor. So seeing this in the retro line, this is sick, man. And I don't know if, let's see if we can get him to fly with the actual stand on. That's kind of what I want to test out. So you pull down, right? And then you let go. Pull down? Wait, hold on. Let's do it without the scan. So there's the thing that you scan right there at the bottom, and you'll get your WWE superstar. Come on. Jump. How does he spring? This is the first time I've actually gotten a Balor with the spring action. It says pull and release Finn's arm. Okay, so we got a release. All right, and then drop. Oh, I see. You see the motion that he gives you? He kind of makes his hand go up and down. So, yeah, you can definitely get some coup de grace action going on right there. But I don't think he jumps. I thought he was supposed to, jump. No, he definitely doesn't. Still, though, really cool figure. Now, the attire right there, like I said, this is based off when he won the Universal title when he took on, was it Seth Rollins? Like that. It is missing some of the detail, and it's understandable. I mean, it's a pretty small figure, so in order to get the rest of like the design right there that he had on the side, it'd be pretty difficult, definitely. I mean, I do see them having the ability, but you have to remember, these figures, they are based on the retro line, and if anybody's familiar with these retros from back in the day, they didn't go crazy with them. I mean, they just basically, they made sure that they got the right attire and the right scan, and that was basically it. So this was the struggle back in the day, man. So this is mainly for nostalgia. The scan right here, this is actually the same one. Come to think of it, yeah, because it's looking like the exact same scale as the rest. Yeah, it's slightly bigger, but I think this is the same scan that we've gotten in one of his previous elites. Next up, I want to take a look at Mr. Kevin Owens, Mr. KO, Mr. Fight Owens Fight, right? And he's representing. This is an older attire for KO. I think when they were making these figures, this is basically the attire that he was wearing at the time. On the stand right here, again, it says Fight Owens Fight, as well as on the attire. That's kind of the shirt that we're seeing right here. The head scan, though, actually, I don't recall seeing this one on any basic or elite. I think this is like a first time in the line. I don't know. I could be wrong. Someone drop it in the comment section, but I'm almost positive. I actually like this one. I actually kind of, come to think of it, I want to put this on one of my elites. Does it have the same style, though? I guess I'll find out once I actually do once I actually start playing around with it. Now for KO, if you look on the back right here, it looks like his says pull and release KO's torso. So when you pull on it, you got to lift the hands up first. Let's see if we can get him all the way up. See if we can do it one-handed. Looks like he's doing it to Balor. So let's do it to Balor. Perfect timing for it. Balor, you're going to get it, man. So you pull down. How do you pull down, though, man? On his arm, it says pull and release KO's torso. I am pulling and releasing. So it looks like mine's a little bit jammed. I don't know. I think it's just my luck. So you're supposed to pull and release, and he's supposed to do like an arm motion with it. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, I see what's going on. So you got to pull it forward, not pull down. I was pulling forward the entire time. So you pull down, and you'll basically just punch like. There you go. You'll punch Finn Balor right in the face. This is fun, man. Look at that. That's cool. So definitely, man, it would be a lot of fun to do like a battle royal now that they just re-released that old school retro ring. That would be cool. Now next up, we got to get the Nature Boy. Woo! Got to get the 16-time retro figure out of there. And I think this one, the style of it for the hand, this one might be my favorite because it does have like the slapping hand motion. Let's take a look on the back, see how you're supposed to do it. So you pull back, Flair's arm, chop down your rivals. Yeah, so you pull down. You pull this one, and how does it go back? I gotta figure these out, man. Again, these are fairly new to me for the Nature Boy, and they all have their own different style. I'll get it one of these days. Don't worry. I think once we do the actual battle royal, so yeah, you see the motion. So Ric Flair, he does the slap across the chest to his opponents. Woo! Okay, I see. So what you do is that you turn them sideways. See? And that's the thing, because each one of these have their own ability. You turn them sideways, and he's supposed to slap across the chest. And when you do, the arm extends out. That's cool, man. That's a nice little feature. Again, also a new head scan on this one. I know it's looking very similar to what we saw in one of the recent figures that we've gotten in the past, but the expression, it's slightly different for sure. Here's his Ric Flair logo design right there on the back. I'll show you the back real quick if you missed it, which I think, come to think of it, here he is. I actually like the artwork. I think for a lot of people that might collect these, they might keep these mock. So I actually like how they did the WWE. Well, actually, it should have been the WWF logo, but right there, I think for a lot of people, that's what it is, right? They like to display those mock. Now, the last one, Sami Zayn. Oh, let's go. There's Sami Zayn right there. He is hyped. He is ready that he can finally do the Halua kick in figure form. And that's the kind of his action for right here. So what you do, I was looking at it prior when we did the unboxing. It looks like you pull back on his leg, and he can do the Halua kick right there to the Nature Boy. See how he does. Here's the quick stand right there. It's got the Sami Zayn logo. So you pull back, and oh, I see. Okay, cool. So you just pull back, and it kicks him right in the face. So don't do this at home to your brother, man. Or your sister, but do it with your figgies. So you just pull back, and you're supposed to knock him out Really cool, man. This one is actually, these are, okay, the one thing that I'm noticing about these head scans, they're a little bit more, what's the best way to put it? Kind of cartoonish. If you look at their cheeks right there, they are a little bit more full than your standard Mattel figures. And I think that's where the oversized look to them is coming from. So pretty cool figures. I got to say, I'm a really big fan. This is from Series 4. Now, I want to take a look at the Hardy Boys next. The Hardy Boys, the Woken Warriors, quite possibly the last time that we're going to get these in a battle pack. Because now, right, we got Matt Hardy with Bray Wyatt and Jeff Hardy. He's doing his thing over there on SmackDown. Here's the back right here. These are all the figures in the series, right? We got James Ellsworth, Carmella, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Dolph Ziggler. Matt Hardy's like, finally, dude, bro, why don't you unbox this in the beginning of the video? And I'm sure that's how a lot of people that are watching this video feel like. And I'm sorry, man. I was having way too much fun with those retro figures. But don't worry, we got these Hardy Boys out. We're ready to take a closer look at the Woken ones, right? Or at least one of the Woken ones. What is Jeff Hardy gonna do, right? Is he gonna call himself? I don't think he can be Woken. I mean, now that he's gonna have to think of a different name now that he's over on SmackDown. So here's Matt and Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy, this is the same scan that we got with the epic moments where he's like, yes. The shirt right here, here's one thing that I do got to point out, you guys. The shirt, what they did just paint it on over skin tone. The thing they could have done, and I don't see how this would have been costly during production, is like they could have just given us like a Matt Hardy torso. I mean, I know he's a little bit bigger, you know, size-wise, but I mean, I think that would have been better than actually just painting on a shirt, because if you look at Jeff Hardy, so this should have been vice versa. So for Jeff Hardy, we should have gotten this style of torso, and then for Matt, we should have gotten this one. Because if you look at Jeff Hardy, again, they did the same thing that we saw in the epic moments, where it's just like it's a tank top and it's just painted on. So yeah, I know a lot of people are not a fan of that, and look, I get it, right? And I'm sure in the near future, Mattel they'll eventually get that right, and I'm hoping they do, because I can see why that would bother a lot of people. I mean, the way that the shirt is actually painted on, it's really not that bad. They actually did pretty good line work right throughout, at least for mine. I don't know if you'll have the same luck, but my Matt Hardy actually doesn't look that bad. The pants right here, these are like grayish, and then you're getting like the studded pattern design on all the pockets. Now for Jeff Hardy, again, this is the same one that we got with Elite Series 57 for the head scan, as well as the epic moments. Same scan, and it's all right. I mean, it's there's nothing wrong about this Jeff Hardy head scan. This is actually one of my favorites for sure. It just really, truly captures Jeff Hardy at its best. And for this one, this is different from all the other Jeff Hardys that we've gotten already, because this is coming with the purple sleeves. Really cool Hardy Boys. Next up, we'll take a look at Shinsuke Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler. This is based off, we'll take a look at the side image real quick. There's Mr. No Speak English. Oh man, and I'm telling you, however they're printing on like the scan for Ziggler right there, something about those eyes, man. I don't know how I feel about the printing on this, but the figure itself is lit. Again, this is the same one that we got from Series 86, or for the battle pack, or not the battle pack, but for the basic line, except the difference between that one and this one is the pants. These ones are coming half black, and Nakamura does not want to come out. For this one, you see how it's like black right here on the side compared to the gray? Come to think of it, actually, this is how he had it at Backlash. He actually had the gray, not the black. And I think this is what it's based off from Backlash 2017. Again, same scan that we saw in that one, except the main difference between this and that is that you're getting the black as opposed to the gray. Nothing on the side right here as far as the design. I mean, they really didn't do anything on this side. It's mainly the patriotic flag that we're seeing on this side. Also, the colors too. You're getting the gray on the flag versus like the dark gray right there. It's more of a black more than anything. And it's not like a paint fall that what you're seeing right here. This is actually how some of his stars were on the actual attire, as well as on the flag. You see how it's kind of has like some missing parts. It's not like a quality control issue. That's actually how he wore it right there. We're getting the same style on the kick pads. For Nakamura, the strong style, right? Shinsuke Nakamura. We did see these pants in Elite Series 57. So 57, yes. Elite Series 57. The difference between that and this one is the wrist gauntlets as well as the armbands. So the head scan right there, I gotta say this is, yeah, definitely one of my favorite Nakamura's head scans. Great set though. I mean, to commemorate that that moment of Shinsuke Nakamura being called up to the main roster, right? I mean, he almost lost. Believe it or not, he almost lost. So the fact that they recreated this in figure form, I think if people were to pick, I think for most people, they'd want to keep that mock as a little memento for Nakamura's accomplishments. Now right here, Carmella and James Ellsworth, the last two from the set. We have Mr. James, Miss Carmella, and this, quite possibly, this might be the last James Ellsworth figure that we'll get. As you guys know, he has been released from the company. I know he's still doing some indie wrestling, so, I mean, if you want to see the man wrestle, he's definitely still doing his work out there. Right here, Carmella, she's always looking fabulous, man. I don't care what figure that they put her out, whether it's in a battle pack or an elite. I can't wait to see that elite that we're going to get with, like, the Money in the Bank briefcase. But this one right here, I think they did a great job. I like how they did right there by the chest area, how it's got like that. You can see like the skin tone seeping through the, I don't know what you call it. It's got like a crisscross pattern. The skin, it is the same one that we got in the previous basic. The pants right here, these are straight up gangster, dude. Look at these. Got some nice cheetah print. Is it cheetah print or is it leopard print? I mean, to me, quite honestly, they look the same. But you are getting some really good line work right there on the sides, on both sides. On the kick pads, well, not kick pads, on the boots, well, more like basketball shoes. These are definitely more of like basketball style shoes right there. We got the Velcro going over. Really nice shoes, man. I like these shoes. James Ellsworth, this is kind of like, when he wore this, he was mainly trying to like, kind of represent Carmella, right? Because that's what Carmella loves to do. She loves to do like that cheetah leopard print right there. And actually, looking at that armband, you got a little bit going on right there. It's got, yeah, it's like the letter C, and it's got like a little crown right above it, right? Right here for James Ellsworth, yes, like it's the leopard print. This is actually the same scan, and you know what? It makes sense why they reuse the same scan on this figure, you know, from the Elite. This is just something. This was one of the figures that I mainly like. I was wondering. I'm like, how are they going to possibly create James Ellsworth in figure form? And they definitely did. I mean, that is James Ellsworth at its best. There is no doubt about that. The back right there, we're getting his tattoo. Getting his tattoos all over the place. Here's that. Someone tell me in the comment section. I know that's a band. That's like a 90s band. I remember seeing that on an album when I was younger. And the kick pads right there, we're getting the red boots. Overall, you guys, pretty good haul. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And we'll see you on the next one.